Good day, everyone. From the Greek letters, we are the team Sigma. I am Francis Ralph Bergancia, and my other member is Miss Jhonsine Afuang and Mr. Jayrous Asia. Today, we will discussing our chosen section code, which is all about construction, including the industrial class service analysis, the external entities analysis, the customer, output, process, input, supplier, or what we call the copies analysis, and especially the context flow diagram. For each member, I am the one who will introduce our presentation while Ms. Apuang will discuss the containing the 2009 PSIC information or the Philippines Standard Industrial Classification as well the Industrial Class Service Analysis. On the other hand, Mr. Asia will discussing the slide that contain the rest of the topic.
So for this slide, we have the 2009 PCIC information, which is the Philippine Standard Industrial Classification. It is a detailed classification of industries prevailing in the country according to the kind of productive activities undertaken by establishment. So our team chose the section F with the title of construction, and the group code that we taken is the 410 with the name of construction of buildings. The class code that we choose also is the 4100. Its class overview includes the general construction of buildings of all kinds. It also includes the new work, repair, addition, and alteration, the erection of prefabricated buildings or structures on the site, and the construction of temporary nature. It also includes the construction of entire dwelling, office buildings, stores, and other public and utility buildings, including the farm buildings and etc. The class description also include the construction of complete residential or non-residential buildings on their own account for sale or on fee or contract basis. Outsourcing parts or even the whole construction or process is possible also. If only specialized parts of the construction process are carried out, the company is classified in Division 43. So next slide is the industry class service analysis, which from the column industry class service list, we have the restoration of roads, maintenance of infrastructure, renovation of residential buildings, handling commercial buildings, and the remodel residential non-structure. From the column customer, we have the government, families, company, and the private sector. And in the supplier, we have the demolition constructor companies, utilities company, hardware incorporation, commercial tenants, improvement contractors, or the commercial real estate. So as you can see in this slide, it talks about the industry class service analysis, which facilitate a company understanding of its position relative to other companies that produce similar product or services. It also understands the process at work in the overall industry, which is important component of effective strategic planning.
For this slide, I will be discuss the external entities analysis. We come up to this based in the industry class service analysis, which there are 4 columns: the entities, the individual person or job title, businesses, groups or department, and last the information system device or software. Under the first column, which is the entities, we have the customers, suppliers, regulators such as government or third party, and stakeholders such as owner, member, or promoters. Under the second column, which is the individual person of job title, we have the consultant, equipment operator, constructors, and also the individual stockholders. In the third column, under the businesses, groups, and department, we have the other companies, construction services, Bureau of Constructions, and the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or the FICAP. In terms of information system device or software, we have the IoT devices, fintech businesses, geographic information system, and construction management software. Thus, this external entities analysis is about identifying sources and recipient of data flows, which lies outside of the system under investigations. In the next slide, we have the copies analysis, which is a tool that summarizes the input and outputs of one or more processes in table form. It is used to define a business process from beginning to end before work begins. You can see from the table that we have the 5 column which consists the clients, output, process, input, and suppliers. The flow begin in the process which is the constructions, and from the input, we have the request for construction services from our first client, which is the construction services, and the output will be the acknowledgement constructions fulfillment, which is the same process to the following client, where we have the providing quality materials and services to the suppliers, and the output will be the proof of receipt. Next, providing accurate and fast services as the input from our client, the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board, which the output will be the performance report. In terms of preventive maintenance inspections, as an input equipment operator, which is the client, and the output will be the ensuring preventive maintenance. In request for integrating management as our input to the geographic information systems and other companies, which is our client, the output will be the acknowledgement of integrating management attainment. And lastly, is the performs technical services as the input to Bureau of Construction, which is the client, and the fulfillment details will be the output. As you can see, the client is just the same in the column of supplier. For the last slide, it is all about the context flow diagram that focuses on how external entities interact with your system. It is the most basic form of data flow diagram, providing a broad view of system and external entities is an easily digestible way. Because of its simplicity, it's sometimes called a level 0 data flow diagram. However, you can see from the diagram that we use a circle for our process, which is the level 0, which shows the basics overview of the whole systems or processes being analyzed or modeled. Furthermore, as these processes are added, the diagram will need additional data flows and data stores to link them together. The diagram circulates starting from the process, we input data going to the client, then the client will go output back to the process, and that is the context flow diagram works.
And this is the end of our discussion regarding to the one of the section in 2009 PSIC information. Thank you.